Happy-go-lucky me.
Hey there, and welcome to episode 1 of Tales of Superjon, with me, your host, Superjon. Episode 1, Superjon Enters the World. So there I was one Friday night, in the mother's womb, and I said to myself, it's about time someone took action here. And who was there? Superjon. I asked, who would be most eligible to punch himself out of the womb? Well, the answer was simple and clear at the time. Me. So at this point, I took the liberty to make a crevasse with my fist out of the birth canal. Right before my eyes lay a gaping hole. Creativity and imagination. At this point, I looked the entire people of the world in the eye and said in a loud, thundering voice, prepare for a new age of Superjon and possibly communism. To say the least, I was proud of my revolutionary decree and decided to move on to greater things. I fell in love at age 6. She was a great gal. She'd always feed me when I was hungry and quench my thirst when I was of the needing of water. How I miss her. Oh, the fire was so large, I vividly remember holding her steaming, decapitated head as it frothed at the mouth in my arms. Superjon never cries! Though all seemed at an utter loss, there was still joy and prosperity in my life. And that joy and prosperity was named Samuel, so I killed him by slitting his throat with the ace of spades. Now, reverting back to more pressing matters. Now, at around 7 a.m. on a beautiful Sunday morning that had not yet experienced the wrath of my vengeance, I decided to take a walk in the woods. The woods make Superjon happy. Very happy. So I burnt them down by breathing fire on them. At that particular moment in time, I saw some lights coming from the sky. I thought, what the hell are those lights doing in the sky? Suddenly, a UFO landed. Right now, I will try to explain to you feeble-minded fools what the spacecraft landing looked like. Watch closely. I'll only do this once. I don't normally openly admit this, but they took me among their ship and, well, they, you know, they, you know, like they, you can't tell anyone you saw that. What the hell do you mean, live broadcast? Excuse me. I just had to finish killing my producers. It seemed that my adventures were coming to a close, except for the fact that they weren't. At the swift and able age of 8 years old, I was already off to college. I attended the prestigious school of MIT, where I majored in upstaging and archery. I remember being on campus one day and asking a man who looked quite homosexual a question. I asked him, do you like men? His response rather shocked me. He replied, are you fat? Yes. So I gouged out his eyes and mailed them to his parents. He never questioned me again, mainly because he was dead. I had a dog. His name was Zeke. I named him after a famous pilot. Zeke used to shit ice cubes. Wonder why. So because of that, I took Zeke to the veterinarian. The veterinarian was a foxy, attractive young lady with blonde hair and thighs the size of tree trunks. I fell in love. That's right. Superjon in love. Love. Love and Superjon. Two things that just don't mix. You know, like pure sodium and water. Sure, I was bleeding inside from the chemical reaction, but it was nothing compared to the pain of the thought that I could live a life without that woman. So, when she wasn't looking, I, injected her with, poison. Well, folks, that's all we have time for today. Make sure to tune in for episode 2, when Superjon fights the Nazis.
Yes, honey. Happy-go-lucky me. happy-go-lucky me.